Number 10, Danny White. Parents, Jen and Jim. Sister Natalie. Number 19, Wyatt and Tosca. Parents Allison and Phil, brother Will. Number 24, Aiden Caleri. Parents Tara and Jamie. These are your 2024 Hopkinton Hillers seniors. Thank you, seniors, for the memories you have provided for us over the years. And good luck with the rest of the season.
Yo, you want music now?
We already have senior
Music now? Yeah.
I did.
Skates are dull. Skates are dull.
Lock in.
Let's go, boys.
Do you guys have music going?
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the New England Sports Center for Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Tom Nappy on the call, Andy Ritz on camera, and it is senior night for the Hopkinton Hillers, as you saw. And they did the senior night festivities prior to warm-ups. Both teams will now have about 5 minutes to get all warmed up and stretched out, and we'll get things started as the Hillers are set to take on the Holliston Panthers. It's coming up next right here on HCAM. For now, enjoy the scenery. All right, the warm-ups are through, and in moments we'll have the national anthem as well as the starting lineup. So right now we'll send it down to ringside for the opening announcements.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the New England Sports Center for tonight's game between the visiting Holliston Panthers and the home Hopkinton Hillers. Starting for Holliston at defense, number 24, Grady Lucas. Starting at defense, number 7, James Gibbons. Starting at left wing, number 10, Mac Roberts. Starting at center, number 9, Brady Bailey. Starting at right wing, number 5, Brogan Wills. Starting at goalie, number 1, Caleb Blueberry. Starting for the Hillers on defense, number 10, Danny White. Starting on defense, number 9, Mike Scargill. Starting at left wing, number 8, Jake Adams. Starting at right wing, number 3, Declan DeRocher. Starting at center, number 19, Wyatt Top. And starting at goalie, number 30, Steven Jackson. Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Sent to the blue line. There's a shot. And then Adams is denied. And on the rebound, Hayward trying to stuff it in. And a good save there by Caleb Greenberg. So Greenberg a little bit busy to start off this game. Good pressure by the Hillers early on. Holliston looking to approach Hiller territory. And now the Hillers out in front of the net, and Greenberg going to stop another one as trying to stuff it in there was Jack Resnick. Again, folks, we apologize, had a little technical glitch, but we should have it worked out. You haven't missed anything. 13:26 left to go in the first period. Scoreless game. Hillers putting the pressure on as that is off the post and deflected out of play. Off the stick of Parker Wynn. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call. Andy Ritz on camera. Ian Tosca puts it towards the net. It's deflected. Up along the near side. There's a shot just wide there by Parker Wynn. Wynn will track it down. Along the far side he goes. Intercepted there by Mac Roberts for the Panthers. Holliston trying to move it up the near side. It's taken by Carter Moore. Sent up by Adams, or try to send it across, intercepted by Roach. Hillers working their way up the far side. That's Merkel. He'll send it around. DeRocher trying to pick it up along the corner. There's a shot turned away. Danny White getting a shot in there. The Hillers already have, I'd say, 5 or 6 shots on net. And they're getting some early pressure going. DeRocher working up the far side. He's diverted. Trying to pick it up along the end boards. It's taken away. Working his way up the far side was Ullman, and now back into Holliston territory we go. And we'll get a face-off at 11:26 left in the first period. There's Stephen Layton on the face-off for the Hillers. Big hit delivered along the near side by Wynn. Got a big hit on Braden Rotz. Into Hiller territory, and we'll have an offsides call. $11:11 left to go. It's going to be icing, rather, back to Holliston territory. Good back and forth along that left circle. Sent up now to Collery. Pops it off the boards. Aiden Collery out there for the Hillers. Haven't seen a whole lot of him this season. Jammed up along the corner. Around to the near side we go. Collery pops it off the boards. That one just going to get by Jackson Gonzalez. Collery to Gonzalez. Nice feed to Adams. Adams trying to race in. He's diverted. Ian Tosca was following him, but Luis Henry Campos there to take it away. Campos sends it flying to the corner. Along the boards we go. Sent down by Givens. Getting in the way was Merkel. Cross from Horgan to Scardino. Scardino sends it back to the far side. Holliston looking for a shot here. Good defensive maneuver by Ian Tosca, getting in front of Rotz. Here comes the Hillers. A nice pass and a score for the Hillers. Adams feeds it to Connor Merkel, who pops it in. The Hillers strike first at 9:51 left to go in the first period. That's exactly how you want to get started if you're the Hillers. Just a terrific feed from Adams to Merkel, who was flying in and pops it in. Along the near side now. Scardino sends it up. Cross to Horgan. He'll move it up the far side, looking for Hayward. Jammed up along the boards. It squirts out back into Hiller territory. Jackson brushes it aside. Along the corner, White. Up along the near side boards now. Horgan sends it up into the neutral zone. Panthers trying to get some pressure going on this Hiller defense. Here comes Hayward up the far side. Now with it, Resnick. He'll send it across. There's a shot by Collery off a defender. Collery along the far side, puts it towards the net, punched away. Along the corner, Ford. Up now to Collery. There's another shot turned away. Hitting Collery getting in on the action. Well, that goal by Connor Merkel, that was his 7th goal of the season and 13th point. And for Adams, his 8th assist of the season and 14th point. Score came at 9:51 left to go in the first period. And certainly the start the Hillers wanted. The Hillers did a nice job getting back on the winning track against Dedham on Saturday. That game was in Dedham. That was followed up the tough Dover Sherborne Weston loss, and here's a breakaway for Holliston. Roche approaching, puts it wide. Along the corner, Scardino meeting up with Gabriel. Trying to dig it out, Mac Roberts for Holliston. Along the end boards now, taken by Ian Tosca. He'll move it up the near side. Adams racing up the ice along with Merkel. A shot by Merkel just wide. Sent up the near side. Here comes the Panthers on a breakaway. Wrister, it's in! George Gabriel strikes. Well, Gabriel was left wide open, flying into Hiller territory. Went one-on-one with Jackson and pops it in, glove side corner. And just like that, we're knotted up at 1 apiece. Off the face-off. Set up by White. Along the corner, Moore sends it out. And he was looking for Finn Mahone there, who had a nice look. Tracking it down, back ice White. Up along the far side, Horgan. Sent back down by Cole Fanara. I'll tell you what, this Holliston team, they may be 113-1, but when it comes to TVL hockey, you don't look at the standings. You just play to win. Here comes the Panthers once again. Sent to the right circle. There's a shot turned away. That was Henrique Campos on the shot. Good feed from Fanara. Hillers trying to respond. Finn Mahan puts it towards the net. Glove save by the keeper. That was a good save there by Caleb Greenberg, the goaltender. Greenberg, he's been busy in that, but doing a nice job for the Panthers. There's a shot and wrapped up by Greenberg off the stick of Parker Wynn. We'll get a face-off at 6:20 left to go in the first period. It's been an action-packed period. Swing and a miss there by Collery. Here's Hayward. Gets it behind the net. Hayward trying to stuff it in. It's just wide. Jammed up now along the end boards. Unleashed to the near side. McLeod takes a big hit, but he is able to send it up into Hiller territory. Collery pops it to the far side. Here comes Resnick. Resnick being contested by Givens. Getting in there now to Rocher. Puck comes out. Back to the neutral zone now. Collery to Hayward. Hayward with a shot. That's set just wide. Off the end boards it goes. Resnick trying to battle for it. Collery trying to work up the far side. Lost it. Hayward will pick it up. Jammed up now. And we'll have an offsides call. Collery crossing about a second too soon. This faceoff comes at 5:12 left to go in the first period. Stick around at the intermission breaks. We'll have the latest Hopkinton Hillers highlights. All the action from last week. You don't want to miss it. Along the near side, big hit delivered there by White. Puck squirts out, picked up by Horgan. He'll fling it to the far side. Now with it is Merkley. Stolen away by Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca takes it around. Gets it across to Horgan. Horgan puts it towards the net. Stopping that one was Cullen Forty. Ian Tosca with it. Hillers looking to regroup. To White. White looking for Adams there. Getting in the way was Henrique Campos. Behind the net it goes. Ian Tosca with it. Sends it to the near side. Trying to battle his way up the ice is White. Sent back down. Getting a piece of it, Evan Guharich. Merkel sends it up the far side. Ian Tosca takes a hit into the boards. Nice hit delivered there by James Givens. Into the corner it goes. Scardino picks it up. Approaching 3.5 minutes left to go in this first period. A 1-1 game. Givens and Hayward meeting up along the end boards. Collery with it in the neutral zone. To Resnick. And Resnick gonna cross a second too soon. Offsides on the Hillers. Face off at 3:19. Hayward up against Moschini. Hayward trying to work his way up the far side. Collery. Resnick sends it back to Hayward. Hayward approaching, wrister, and that's going to go wide to the right. And now back out in front, shot and turned away, and then it is going to be gathered up by Greenberg. Resnick with the initial shot, and Hayward came in with some pressure. Well, that's what the Hillers want to do, just keep the pressure going. DeRocher. And there's a one-timer there by Resnick, turned away by Greenberg. Back to Resnick. Resnick from the right circle. He's diverted for the moment, and the puck got away from him. Knocked away by Mac Roberts. Sent around now by Kuharich. Panthers trying to move it up. Getting in the way there is Resnick. Resnick to DeRocher. DeRocher across to Hayward. Hayward taking it in and trying to stuff it in there. Able to keep control. Back to the blue line to Adams. He'll set it far side. Danny White contested. Well, the Holliston goal came on an uncharacteristic breakaway given up by the Hillers. They're certainly going to try to protect their zone more and keep their defenders probably a little further back. They had their defenders playing way up earlier, and since that goal, have made the transition and keeping those defenders a little bit further back. Along the far side, Horgan pops it off the boards. Up along the end boards it goes. Givens sends it along the far side. Henry Campos trying to turn it towards Hiller territory. Horgan up to Ian Tosca. A one-timer there by Merkel off the boards. Panthers looking to work their way into Hiller territory. Ian Tosca gathers it up. Ian Tosca putting on the moves. Splits the defenders, takes the shot. And it was just turned away by Greenberg. We'll get a face-off at 50 seconds left to go. Great drive in by Ian Tosca, nearly had it. Along the far side, that's Rochi, sends it over. Roberts. Back to the near side to Kuharich. Sent back near side by Wynn. Into Hiller territory it goes. Horgan sends it up. Now racing up the ice, Chris Resnick. Flung up the ice there by Collery. Gets by the defender, and a smart move there by Greenberg, landing on it as quickly approaching was Carter Moore and company. Seven seconds left in this first period, a 1-1 game. First goal was a Hiller goal at 9:51 by Connor Merkel, assisted by Adams, and there's a shot turned away. And yet a Holliston goal, about 2.5 minutes later, it's 7:14 left to go, and that's where we stand at the end of the first period. It is the Hopkinton Hillers 1, the Holliston Panthers 1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinen content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
On Tuesday, January 23rd, Hiller Swimming hosted Norwood. Maureen and John were on the call.
And the Norwood swimmer.
Come on, Porvy, you're getting it. You're beating her now. Come on there. The turn.
Come on,
Okay.
Porvy, a nice turn. You can catch her.
Oh, come on. Yeah, she got her. Okay,
All
Maeve.
right, nice.
Maeve, you're looking good. Looking good out here. She looks very effortless.
She does. She definitely does. But you know they're working hard.
Yep, and that's Anna Burke. Nice job. And we got a third.
Wow, we got
1, 2, and 3.
Beautiful. Nice
the girls
swim,
needed
girls.
That one. They needed
nice swim.
The Hiller boys defeated Norwood 85-73 and improved to 2-3 on the season. The Hiller girls took the 93-76 victory and improved to 3-3 overall. Also on Tuesday, January 23rd, Hiller boys basketball hosted Norton. It was a 23-16 Norton lead heading into the second half.
Hiller's working the perimeter. And Ellie driving in through a couple of defenders and goes up and in with it.
That's the Ellie I remember from last year.
And Ellie up for the jumper, knocks it down. Norton here in this third quarter, 4-0. And there's the first Norton basket in quite a while, since the first quarter.
And it's 2:45 to go in the third. That's amazing.
Pantera with the reverse, count it.
Real good hesitation move. Got Ogilvy to fly by him and then went up for the layup, the reverse.
Willardson collects. Over to DeLuca. DeLuca underneath. Pantera, count it.
Great pass.
The Hillers grind out the gritty win versus the Lancers, 46-35. Sam Dadajian led the way with 15 points. Sam Pantera added 11 points as the Hillers improved to 9-2 on the season. The Hillers also followed up with an impressive road win versus Dedham, 77-51, and are now 10-2 overall. On Wednesday, boys hockey hosted Dover Sherborne Weston. Dover Sherborne would get 2 goals in the first period and led it 2-0 heading into the second period. At the intermission, assistant coach Derek Crow spoke with assistant coach from last year, Stephen Moonier, about the Unite to Fight Cancer fundraiser.
Hey, Coach, I have a few questions I wanted to ask you.
Good evening.
First question is, how has ice hockey impacted your life?
Yeah, hockey has been part of my life since the beginning. So I played in high school and in college, and I continue to play it today.
All right, thank you. Next question is, what is your favorite memory of coaching?
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. When we went to the Garden last year to play Canton, and we didn't come up with the hardware, but it was a memorable experience for me and for the boys.
Thank you. Next is, what have you learned from hockey that you have applied to your daily life?
Yeah, I think it's just about perseverance, being sticking to something and following through with it.
And lastly, what does it mean to be a Hiller?
Oh, great. I mean, it's everything. It's the H on the sweater. It's the green and the orange, and the camaraderie that we have in the locker room and on the ice.
And lastly, before we wrap this up, I just wanted to say, thank you so much for being such a great coach and a great mentor.
Of course.
I know I feel that way. I know all the boys that played for you feel the same way. So we're all here for you and pushing for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Derek.
Sent out. A little too much heat on that pass. Hayward up the far side. Hayward closing in. Tyson rings it in! And it's a 2-1 game! What a shot by Hayward, goes top left corner. And Goldstein didn't have a chance. The Hillers are on the board at 4:40 left to go in the second period.
Both teams net a goal in the second period, and it's a 3-1 game heading into the third.
Hillers need to clear the zone. Backhander, turn away, and then secondary attempt off the rebound. Andrew Martin puts it in.
Dover Sherborne Weston defeats the Hillers by a final of 4-2. The Hillers followed up with a win on the road this past Saturday, 2-1 over Dedham, and currently stand at 9 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties.
Actually, just a glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you? Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous. I'm Sidney Donda, and I'll see you there.
Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about to enter the second period, a 1-1 game as we get ready for period number 2. Tom Nappy happy to be with you on the call. Andy Ritz on camera. It was Connor Merkel who got things started with the scoring at 9:51 left to go in the first period. A nice assist by Jake Adams, and then Holliston would respond as they would get a goal at 7:14 left to go by George Gabriel to tie things up. Gabriel got a nice breakaway, went one-on-one with Jackson in net and was able to slip it by for the game-tying goal. And if you're the Hillers, you got to be thinking that this period you're going to step on the gas pedal and not let it go. Certainly a win you want to try and make sure you get, as we are just about ready for face-off here in this second period. Good crowd on hand here today. Nice turnout from Holliston as well. And the Holliston Panthers is actually now their home rink also. Of course, today they are the away team. Gathered up by Ian Tosca along the far side. We apologize. We're having some connection issues tonight, folks. We're hoping to work through it and hoping that that won't happen again. You haven't missed anything. No goals yet. The Hillers did get some good pressure going as they look for more here. Top of the circle, there's a shot by Collery, and then off the rebound, Hayward puts it in. A great shot by Aiden Collery off the leg pad of Greenberg. It goes, and then James Hayward stuffs it in. First assist, first point of the season for Collery. As for James Hayward, that is his 9th goal of the season. Hayward is the team leader for the Hillers. The Panthers trying to get it into Hiller territory. That didn't last long. Here comes the Hillers once again as that shot deflected. And a nice feed to Resnick, but it got away from him. To the near side boards it goes. Here comes the Panthers. Campos sends it along the end boards. Try not to. You're bumping into this a little bit. We'll get a face-off at 12:29 left to go in the second period. So good response by the Hillers as they come out from the break and score a quick goal here, as there's a shot wrapped up by Jackson. That was Colby Ullman for Holliston trying to slip one by. Along the far side, picked up in the corner by White. Sends it up the ice. Off the near side boards goes Lucas. Racing up the ice now to Rocher, or that's Ian Tosca rather. He'll send it across. And then a collision. And the puck will roll into Hiller territory. White trying to pick it up along the end boards. Jammed up in the corner now. It squirts out along the far side, Horgan. Off the boards goes Merkel. Jammed up along the corner. Ian Tosca was battling for it. It comes out. Backhander, and it is wrapped up by Greenberg. Trying to stuff it in there was Connor Merkel, looking for his second goal of the game. But a good save by the junior goaltender, Caleb Greenberg. Hillers celebrated several seniors prior to tonight's game. In case you missed the ceremony, you can always catch it on the HCAM YouTube page. Ian Tosca sends it across. Jammed up along the corner. Merkel trying to come out with it. Getting in the way there is Mailing. Ian Tosca picks it up, and we'll have an offsides call. We're going to have something more here. We might have a penalty. We will. It's going to be against Connor Merkel. He'll take a seat for 2 minutes. So the Holliston Panthers will be on the power play. First penalty by either team this game. And he'll get a holding call there. Along the near side, flung towards the Panthers bench. Good job by Givens, knocking it down, keeping the puck in play. Puck might have been heading right for us. And this is going to be flung into Panthers territory. Good send away there. That was Parker Wynn getting the nice send away. Holliston trying to work their way back up. Along the near side goes Fanara. And he's jammed up along the end boards. Hayward and Fanara meeting up. Taken away by Wynn. Wynn sends it flying, and it's dropped by Givens and sent back up. Givens sends it to the far side. Trying to work his way up was Grady Lucas. Back to the end boards it goes. A minute left on the Holliston power play. Here comes Campos. And he'll be diverted along the near side. Sends it to the blue line. There's a shot. Turned away off the rebound. Another shot. And that was a great save there by Jackson. Off the rebound, Campos was just waiting for it and trying to stuff it in. Moore along the far side, trying to work his way back towards the net for the Hillers. Under 30 seconds left on the power play. Sent across by Givens. Racing up the ice, Lucas. Looking to close in, and he'll backhand it just wide. That shot from the blue line deflected. Getting in the way there was Moore. Here comes Ian Tosca. Ian Tosca racing in out in front, and it's turned away. What a save there by Greenberg. Ian Tosca had a one-on-one, and Greenberg just able to get the save. The good news, however, the Hillers have killed off the power play. Along the end boards it goes. Merkel sends it out, just misses his target. Ian Tosca went off his stick, and now Mac Roberts has it. Roberts leaves it behind, and then getting tripped up is Brady Rotz. Hillers working up the far side, gets by everybody, and we'll have an icing call. We'll get a face-off at 8:16 left to go in Hiller territory. Stephen Layton up against Moschini. There's a shot turned away. Secondary shot turned away. Panthers putting on the pressure. Sent back around by Mike Scardino. Swing and a miss there by Kuharich, and the Hillers have a breakaway. And just missing. His target was Layton as he was looking for Gonzalez. Sent up by Ullman. Hillers in the midst of a change. Scardino sends it towards the far side. Now working his way up is Resnick. Resnick sends it out. Puck diverted. Getting in the way there was Kuharich. Sent back up by the Panthers, and we'll get a icing call. It was Hayward on the faceoff for the Hillers. Sent out from the near side, intercepted by DeRocher. He'll take the shot out in front. Looking to approach Collery. Collery sends it out, and DeRocher nearly had it. Sent to the near side now. Jammed up along the boards. Good battle for it. DeRocher comes out with it. Shot from the top of the circle. And off the defenseman it goes, and we have a whistle. I think some extracurricular activity going on. And we're probably going to have a couple calls here. Well, I can tell you for certain, Eden Collery heading to the box. For the Hillers, also a Holliston Panther heading to the box, Cole Fanara. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Could it be a 5-minute major, or I think there might have been perhaps some punches thrown. Definitely some pushing and shoving from what I could see. In any case, it looks like we'll be at even strength. Now the officials over talking with the Holliston coach. Will remain 5-on-5. Puck squirts out along the far side now. Nice maneuver there by Lucas to keep possession, but then it's sent away by Wynn. Popping it off the near side boards, Gibbons. Big hit delivered by Brogan. Here comes the Panthers looking for pressure. Along the slot, sent away by Horgan. To the end boards goes Gibbons. Jammed up along the corner, Ian Tosca swipes it to the far side. Along the corner, Ian Tosca delivering a hit. And it's taken away by Roberts. Sent out towards the slot. Now along the near side corner, Campos takes a hit into the boards. And I think we're going to get another call here. Things getting a little chippy out there in this TVL matchup. It's going to be against Rocco Horgan. He'll take a seat. And Holliston appears to be going on the power play. Officials talking it over. And we got a 5-minute major going on the scoreboard. Not a good sign for the Hillers. So Holliston going to have quite an opportunity to get back into this game. Well, we have a moment. Let's take a look at the TVL standings. Start off in the TVL large. Hillers 9-2-2. Norwood 9-1-1, Medfield 9-5-1, Westwood 7-6-0, Ashland 3-6-3, Holliston 1-13-1. And now we have some. And now it looks like Rocco Horgan is being ejected from the game. He's being sent back to the locker room. So the night for Rocco Horgan is over. You know, certainly unfortunate. It is senior night. Rocco Horgan, a senior defenseman, and his night is over. There's a shot, and a good glove save there by Jackson off the Ullman shot. Top of the circle, and it's sent to the end boards. Flinging it up the ice, White. White unleashes into Holliston territory. So the Hillers will still be short a man for 5 minutes, and of course that's regardless if there is a Holliston goal, since it is a 5-minute major. So their penalty kill is really going to get tested here. Here comes Campos. Campos from the top of the circle, shot deflected off the stick of White into the protective netting. Well, we looked at the TVL large standings, TVL small standings. Dover Sherborne 11-3-0, Medway 8-7-0, Dedham 7-7-0, Norton 5-7-0, and Bellingham 0-11-2. There's your TVL standings. Off the face-off. Mac Roberts along the corner, sends it back out, over to Kaharich. He puts it wide of the net. Back to Kaharich, and just wide there. Hillers doing a good job at sending it away. Another good send away there by Jake Adams. There's 3:47 left on the penalty. .441 left to go in the second period. And stick around at the intermission. We'll have part 2 of the Hiller highlights package from last week. Along the end boards. Moved up the ice by Givens. Holliston on the power play due to a 5-minute major, looking to get some pressure going. Sent out. And up the far side goes Collery. Good send away there. Well, I think in a rivalry game like this, these games often get a little bit chippy, a little bit heated. You know, two schools that play each other hard. Oh, that's into the Hiller bench. Went off of, I believe, Rocco, or I'm not sure, one of the Hiller players. Fortunately, he appears to be okay. Went off of Stephen Layton. Fortunately, it hit his helmet and did not hurt him. Off the near side boards goes White. Givens puts it into the corner. Hillers trying to get it out of the defensive zone. Sent around by White. Back up off the boards goes Lucas, and it's put in! A tremendous shot there, and we're knotted up at 2 apiece. On the score for the Holliston Panthers, that was Campos. Luis Henrique Campos. And we are tied up at 2 with 3:41 left to go in the second period. Still 2:44 left on the major. Hillers driving in. That shot turned away. Hillers nearly had a nice breakaway score there. Along the end boards. Sent back up the far side. Panthers look to continue the pressure. Well, this is a tense situation if you're the Hillers. You really want to kill off the rest of this 5-minute major and keep it at least a tied game. You don't want to give Holliston too much momentum heading into that third period, and really kind of just want to forget about that whole penalty situation in this period. You still have a game to win here. But Holliston certainly playing the Hillers tough. And I'll tell you what, this Holliston team, I don't know how they're 113-1 looking at their ability on the ice. They are pretty impressive. Sent up the far side by Wynn. Panthers looking to approach. Here comes Fanara. Roberts sends it back to the far side. There's another shot. Turned away by Jackson. Wynn sends it back. Hillers just trying to play some keep away. Dropped by Kaharic. Sent back into Hiller territory. Up the far side goes Adams, and now with a potential breakaway, Carter Moore. And he lost it. Just getting in the way was Kaharic. Adams takes a swipe at it and then gets back. 50 seconds left on the power play on that 5-minute major. Swing and a miss there by Moore. And then he's able to get a piece of it to knock it towards the end boards. Kaharic working his way into the neutral zone. Puts it towards the net. Off the glove of Jackson it goes. Popped off the boards there by White. And we will get a face-off at 1:15 left to go in this second period. Some high intensity in this TVL large matchup, as is usually the case when these two teams meet up. Collery gets it to the corner. Panthers move it out. Collery slows it down in the neutral zone, flings it to the far side. DeRocher. Big hit delivered there by White. DeRocher approaching, looking for the wrister. It's deflected away. Well, the 5-minute major has expired. 50 seconds left in the period. And that is flung off the near side boards. Collery picks it up, and here he comes. Aiden Collery, he's going to be someone to look out for. Has a lot of speed coming up the ice. Around goes Merkel. Sent back up the near side, and this time Resnick battling for it. Collery will fling it towards the net, turned away by Greenberg. Good battle for it along the right circle. DeRocher sends it to the corner. Hayward trying to come out with it. And back and forth we go along the blue line. And that will do it for the second period. In the first period, both teams netted a goal apiece. Same deal in the second period. The Hillers strike courtesy of James Hayward. Then with 3:41 left, Holliston takes advantage of the power play opportunity, and they get a goal from Luis Henrique Campos. We'll head into the third period at the break. It's a 2-2 game here on HCAM.
HCAM is supported by our viewers. Thank you. And by the Hopkinton Independent newspaper and online news site. The newspaper reaches 100% of the homes and businesses in town, and the website is updated daily with exclusive Hopkinton content. Readers can receive a daily newsletter and breaking news alerts via email.
Saturday morning cartoons are back. Every Saturday at 8 a.m., HCAM's Toon Time has an hour of classic cartoons, from Betty Boop to Superman to Popeye to Bugs Bunny and more. You'll see your old favorites and discover new ones. So tune in to Toon Time, Saturdays at 8, and start your weekend off with a laugh.
On Thursday, January 25th, Hiller Alpine Ski was in action. Here's a look.
Time for bib number 1006, Charlotte Richmond 30.55. On the red course number 806, Elsa Woodbury from Hopkinton. Time for number 205, Ben Ellis 41.93. On the blue course number 1007, Zachariana Priester from Medway.
For the Hillers on the girls' side, Lucy Mado ranked 8th, Annalie Krantz finished 10th, and Lila Mado finished 14th. On the boys' side, J.B. Flynn finished 4th, Blake Murphy finished 30th, and Patrick Meehan finished 33rd. On Friday, January 26th, Hiller girls basketball hosted Dedham. The Hillers were rolling in the first half.
Yeah, stole the ball and then kept it in with a nice save.
Grady feeds it out, and now here comes Restaghini. Pops it over to the left wing, up for three. Count it! Megan Grady gets some well-deserved awards.
Yeah, nice honor for her.
Davies feeds it to Restaghini, up for three. Count it!
Nice shot in the corner there for Restaghini.
Davies driving down, kicks it out. Flanagan for three. Yes!
And there's the open guy, right? There's the open shooter right there.
Grady to Davies, back to Restaghini for three. Yes!
Yeah. Still finding the open shooter. Good vision, everybody all around. They're patient.
Hillers took a 33-16 lead into the halftime break, and the Hiller youth team took the court. The Hiller girls would end up taking the game by a final of 54-36. Bethel Flanagan netted 11 points. Elena Davies added 10 points. The Hiller girls are now 9-5 on the season. Dedham fell to 5-8. On Saturday, January 27th, Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls hockey hosted Medfield. During the game, funds were raised for the Stick It to Cancer Foundation to help fight and raise awareness about ovarian cancer.
These consistent symptoms are what pushed me to speak to my gynecologist. At that point, I was stage 3. I knew nothing about ovarian cancer, and it's events like these and the care of the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute are the reasons why I'm able to stand here and speak to you today. We know there is no cure for ovarian cancer, but what we do know is that by raising awareness and raising funds, we are giving more women an opportunity to live healthy longer. Dana-Farber Cancer Institute thanks Coach Chin, Coach Messier, all the players and families who have donated their time and efforts to pull this together for one more year.
It was a scoreless game heading into the second period.
Corner. Warriors looking for another shot here. High slot, there it is, and it's put in. It was deflected in off the Catherine shot. Hillers need to clear the zone, and they will do that here. Rivera towards the net, and it gets in! Savannah Rivera! Well, it was a mishandle by the goalie, and it went right through the 5-hole. Rivera just kind of brushed it up the ice, and that slick, smooth surface took it all the way towards the Medfield net. Jean over to Barroso. Barroso nearly had it, just a tad too high. Here comes Jean, and there's a shot, and it's in! Matty Barroso gives the Hillers the lead. Well, the Hillers, they just kept the pressure coming. Barroso comes out and rips it glove side into the net.
Both teams scored 2 goals apiece. The game would remain 2-2 through the third and would go into overtime.
Here's Jean. Lucy Jean trying to sneak through. Puck squirts out. Takes a shot, and it's just wide. Back to the blue line. 12 seconds left. Along the near side, Medfield open for one last opportunity. And that will do it. What a game between these two TVL rivals.
Both teams had some good opportunities in overtime, but the game would stay tied and end in a 2-2 draw. Hopkinton Dover Sherborne is now 2-10-2 on the season. Medfield now 7-4-2. A very impressive game for the Hopkinton Dover Sherborne girls co-op team.
Actually, just a glory. We asked 100 fourth graders, what is a state in the western part of the United States?
Come on, world map, where are you? Confident.
Confident?
Very confident, apparently.
Fabulous. I'm Cindy Donda, and I'll see you there.
HCAM is
Welcome back into the New England Sports Center. We are just about ready for the third period of this TVL large matchup between the Hopkinton Hillers and the Holliston Panthers. Well, we have a moment. Let's take a look at the HCAM upcoming broadcast schedule. On Thursday, we'll have Hiller Alpine Ski at 6:45. And then on Friday, we'll be over at Hopkinton High School for girls basketball as they take on Norwood, a 6:30 tip-off in that game. Be sure to catch Hiller Alpine Ski on Thursday and Hiller girls basketball this Friday night. Tom Nappy, happy to be on the call with you tonight. Andy Ritz on camera. It's been a tough physical game between these two teams. And the third period should be more of the same. Both of these teams want this game badly. And we were discussing the TVL standings earlier, and certainly watching tonight, pretty hard to believe that Holliston 113-1. They certainly aren't playing like a 113-1 team. They're giving the Hillers all they can handle. And we are ready for the final 15 minutes of regulation. Hillers working left to right across your screen for this third period. Along the far side, and it's stolen away. Here comes Holliston. Driving up the ice, Gibbons, wrister, and a good save by Jackson. I'll tell you what, goaltending has been key for both these teams. Both goaltenders doing a tremendous job as we are set for a face-off. Resnick in there for the Hillers. There's a shot from the blue line, sent just wide by Givens. Puck squirts out. Hayward trying to work it up the ice. Here comes Resnick. Resnick takes it to the corner and sends it out. Collery puts it towards the net. DeRocher trying to get it out of the jam. Collery with a shot into traffic. Sent around the end boards. Getting out in front of it, Resnick. Resnick racing back into Holliston territory, approaching, takes it and rings it in! What a beauty of a goal by Resnick! Jack Resnick taking matters into his own hands. Flies to the Holliston net and pops it in. And the Hillers have reclaimed the lead. 8th goal of the season for Jack Resnick and 15th point. Along the near side, back to the blue line. Danny White puts it into traffic. It's deflected back into Hiller territory. Hillers trying to work their way up the ice. Adams with it. It's taken away there. Backhanded by Mancini. Hit delivered along the end boards. Sent out. And then the Tosca able to get it away. Here comes Merkel. Merkel putting on the moves. Sends it out. And then deflected back to the near side by a Panther. Sent along the boards by Campos. Ian Tosca working his way up the far side. Sends it out, no one there. DeRocher gets in there and steals it away. And we're going to have a call here. There'll be an interference call against Declan DeRocher. He'll take a seat for the next 2 minutes, and the Panthers are back on the power play. Third power play opportunity of the game for Holliston. James Hayward up against Luis Henry Campos. 12:35 left to go in the period. It seems every time the Hillers get a goal tonight, they end up costing themselves with a penalty. Looking for a shot here, backhander, and it's sent away by Wynn. Wynn all the way to the Holliston net. Nice send away there. Picked up by Lucas. Intercepted along the far side by Hayward. Hayward going to turn it back up the ice. Leaves it behind. Resnick putting on the moves, pops it off the boards. Back into Hiller territory it'll go. Hiller's playing some keep away. Wynn sends it up. Collery sends it back. Wynn puts it up the near side. Hayward looking to approach. Draws a push from Lucas. Sends it back now to White. White to Holliston territory. A minute left to go on the Holliston power play. Wrister, turned away by Jackson. Good shot there by Givens. And now out in front. And off the rebound, the shot goes wide by Milling. And it's sent up the near side into Panthers territory. Good pressure there by Holliston. Ian Tosca stops it, gets it over to White. White sends it across to the far side off the Glasgow's Collery. In the Panther territory, 24 seconds left to go on the power play. Panthers quickly trying to move it up. Lucas trying to close in, he'll take it around. Collery got a piece of it. Into the corner it goes. Off the boards goes White. Nice steal by Ian Tosca. Power play has expired. Good penalty kill by the Hillers. DeRocher off the post. Up behind the net, Hayward. That was a beauty of a wrister there. Just right off that post. DeRocher across to Ian Tosca. He'll ring it around. Along the near side, puck squirts out. Back and forth along the corner. Now DeRocher sends it out in front and a traffic sent away. Roberts trying to approach. Wynn turns it back up ice. Hayward leaves it behind for Adams. And that shot turned away. Hayward gets it over. Wynn with a shot turned away. What a save. Wynn had a great look. And we're getting a call here. It's going to be a cross-checking call. It'll be multiple penalties here. Declan DeRocher and Evan Kaharich both heading to the box. So we'll be at even strength. .9:28 left to go in this third period. Hillers hanging on to a 3-2 lead. Along the end boards. Sent up the far side. Merkel sending it back. Ian Tosca with a shot turned away. Good pressure there by the Hillers. Great feed by Carter Moore. Merkel trying to come out with it. He'll take a hit into the boards. Ian Tosca feeds it out. And now Wade with a shot turned away. Collery with it. Back to Wynn, sends it across. Oh, they were looking for the give and go. Wynn to Ian Tosca. Back to Collery. Shot turned away. Man, has Greenberg been busy in this third period. He's holding strong, though. Here comes Resnick. Resnick approaching. Puts it in the slot. Hayward! And it is covered up somehow by Greenberg. Immense pressure by the Hillers. We get a face-off at 8:18 left to go in regulation. Hayward up against Moschini. And Hayward off the deflection narrowly was able to sneak it in. Glove save. That was White feeding it up. And then Hayward nearly popped it in with the back of the stick. Off of Hayward's stick and turned away. Well, Hayward's setting up shop right in front of the net. And Panthers kind of letting him have it. He has a good angle to just sneak one in. This faceoff comes at 8:01 left to go. Popped off the boards by Adams. Around it goes. Taken away by Resnick. He leaves it behind. Adams across to White. White putting it into traffic. Sent back out. Off the boards. Resnick with a wrister off the side of the net. Along the near side, sent back by White. Hayward approaching off the post. Another shot there, turned away. White getting a good shot off. Hillers throwing everything they've got at him. Immense pressure. And the Panthers holding strong. We're going to get another face-off at 7:07 left to go. Well, the Hillers, they can smell blood right now. They want to get up by 2 and wrap this game up. They've thrown everything but the kitchen sink at them. Out in front, nearly deflected in. Another brilliant save by Greenberg. Iantoska to Collery, and that shot is going to be deflected. And out of play it goes. Another face-off here at 6:53. Iantoska up against Givens. Top of the circle, Collery putting it in the danger zone. Iantoska going to take it around. Being contested along the corner. Sends it back out, Collery. Looking to approach, wrister into traffic. There's White, a misfire there. Taken away. Panthers working their way up. Rung around by Lucas. Along the far side it goes. Sent out by Moore. Popped to the corner by Lucas. Hayward sends it up. Here comes Wynn. Or that's Carter Moore, rather. Moore getting tripped up, lost it. Off the boards goes Adams. Moore trying to come away with the steal. Getting out in front of him was Campos. White off the glass. Sent back into Holliston territory by Adams. Panthers trying to move it up along the far side. Off the boards goes Adams. Hayward takes it. And he meets up with a Panther along the near side. Now tied up along the end boards. Ford trying to get rid of it. He's jammed up. Massive traffic jam along the near side corner. There's a wrister turned away. Nice shot by White. Another steal here by Adams. The Hillers just doing such a good job at stealing it away. And off the deflection, no good. Resnick getting a powerful shot off from the near side. We're gonna have a call here. Oh boy. It's gonna be against the Hillers. Declan DeRocher with a slash. And he'll take a seat for the next 2 minutes. Holliston Panthers back on the power play. Not what you want here. If you're the Hillers, you had just tremendous pressure going. And now it's going to be much harder to do that. Short a man. In the Panthers territory. Here comes Holliston. Up the ice goes Kaharic. Sent around by Wynn. Off the glass, Collery. Along the end boards it goes. Ian Tosca is trying to get there in a rush. Moore sends it up and along. Moore to the near side corner. This has been a long shift for this line for the Hillers. Coming up the ice, Milling. He's diverted. And we're going to get a call here. It's going to be against Ian Tosca. So now the Hillers going to be short 2 guys. Oh boy. Well, if the Panthers ever had an opportunity to tie it, here you go. 5-on-3. Too many penalties tonight for the Hillers. Top of the circle, there's a shot turned away. Sent up the ice, a slow roller up the far side. Coming up the ice is Malvey, and we have it offsides. Well, the Hillers, they're a physical team, and they like to play rough. But there comes a point where you gotta step back a little bit. Off the boards goes White. 30 seconds left until the Hillers get a man back. White off the end boards, along the corner now, sent out. Top of the circle, wrister deflected off a Collery. Back to the blue line. Sent across by Ford. Out in front, Jackson covers it up. Hillers get a man back in 6 seconds. The other power play, 1:03 left. The other penalty, I should say. Off the face-off, good send away there by White as it splits 2 Panthers. One of the penalties has expired. Stolen by Hayward, takes a shot. Oh! Hayward with a short-handed goal! What a shot! Unbelievable! I was about to say that was a 5-on-3 goal, but it was a 5-on-4 goal as the Hillers just seconds before that had one of the penalties expire. But an absolute beauty by Hayward. That's his 10th goal of the season. Resnick closing in, turned away. Hillers now up 4-2. Certainly a lot more of a comfortable situation. They're still shorthanded for another 34 seconds. .233 left to go in this third period, and we're going to have a timeout on the ice. What a game it has been in this TVL Large matchup. Both teams really throwing everything they've got at each other. It's been a tough, physical, chippy game. But the Hillers leading it 4-2, able to survive a slew of penalties. And Holliston was able to survive a slew of pressure earlier in the period. But then James Hayward with an absolutely incredible steal, able to take it away and pop it in. And that is where we stand, a 4-2 Hiller lead, a timeout on the ice. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Boys Varsity Hockey on HCAM. Off the timeout, we are ready to continue on in this third period. 2:33 left to go in regulation. Hillers remain shorthanded for another 34 seconds. Well, the Hillers, they're clearly not afraid to go shorthanded. You cost them once tonight, but Hayward made up for it with that tremendous shorthanded goal. Along the far side, sent over. Ford gives it back up to the far side. Top of the circle, that shot just a little too high by Roberts. Stolen away, there's a shot punched away by Jackson off the stick of Campos. Along the far side now, Ian Tosca battling for it. It's Givens able to keep it away. Sends it up towards the Hiller net. We're at even strength now. All penalties have expired. 1:39 left to go in this third period. Here comes Collery. Collery flying up the ice. And was just able to get a piece of it to knock it towards the net. Off the skate of Ian Tosca. Moore sends it back. Pass up the near side. Delivered by Scardino. Here comes Kaharic. Kaharic trying to work it up. Panthers looking for some pressure. There's a shot and a glove save by Jackson. Colfanara on the shot. Well, I'll tell you what, you got to give a hat tip to both goalies in the game tonight. Steven Jackson and Caleb Greenberg, they both were tremendous. There was a lot of shots by both teams. Hillers certainly had a few more shots, but Holliston, they had their share of shots as well. And they're looking for a couple more to close this one out, but Declan DeRocher comes up with a steal. DeRocher along the far side, matched up with Givens. Along the end boards it goes, and Ford trying to take it. We're going to have a high stick call. This is going to be against Holliston. Against James Givens. He'll take a seat for 2 minutes. Only 36 seconds left in the third period, however. Off the face-off, Ian Tosca sends it back. Hayward to Wynn. Wynn gets it into traffic. He was looking for Resnick. Hayward with it. Gonna move it up. Takes it, and it's put in! Icing on the cake for the Hillers. Another goal for Connor Merkel. Merkel's second goal of the evening. He's up to 8 on the season. Makes it a 5-2 Hiller lead with 19 seconds left. Well, this game was a chippy, physical game. And that's why you didn't see the Hillers try to run out the clock. They wanted another goal. They might go for another one here. There's a wrister into traffic, turned away. And that'll do it. The Hopkinton Hillers get a tough-fought victory over the Holliston Panthers. A 5-2 final. And I'll tell you what, I stand by what I said earlier. I don't know how this Holliston team's 1-13-1. They certainly had some great talent out there. They played a very good game and gave the Hillers pretty much all they could handle. Fortunately for the Hillers, they had a couple shots land their way and a tremendous steal by Hayward, which set them apart with that fourth goal. But what a game this was. It looked like a matchup of two playoff contenders. The Hillers, I know they like to play tough and physical, but you got to keep a little bit of the chippiness out of it sometimes. A lot of those penalties could have really cost them, and they are fortunate that Holliston did not take advantage of more of them, but you can thank tremendous goaltending by Steven Jackson for that, and terrific defense as well for the Hillers as they get the victory over the Holliston Panthers by a final score of 5-2. The Hillers improved to 10-2-2 on the season. Holliston falls to 114-1, and that will do it for our coverage here tonight. For Andy Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. The final score for the final time, the Hopkinton Hillers defeat the Holliston Panthers by a final of 5-2. As always, we thank you for watching HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.